Hello guys, welcome back. I took the breather I needed, so now I can finally do the video. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about why I'm renewing my vows with Odin. And yes, I'm talking about one of those mystical marriage things. So if that makes you uncomfortable, you don't believe in that, you can peace out, you won't hurt our feelings. Um, we survived 2020 together. And I've been looking around at reasons other people are renewing, and like, yeah, we survived that together. We've known each other off and on for probably over, well, honestly, the short version is all my life, but more formally, probably over a decade at this point. And I absolutely hated him at one point. And so to me, that's part of it too. It's like, I really want this God to know that I love him, that I want to be with him, that he's the one I'm choosing, that I'm not settling for him. So, I want to show that commitment. And what better way than with beautiful axes we got one today, one, the gods be praised, one hopefully will be arriving tomorrow. As far as Odin is concerned, that would be fine. But I said, no, sweetheart, let's make this beautiful because Loki was the one that got everything. Loki got when we did our spiritual spousing thing. Loki's like, yeah. And I'm not shy. I've had more than two in my life. Others have gotten rings and gotten, candles and gotten like a week. And like, I think Odin like just got whatever he got. I can't even remember. So I'm like, baby, I know it's partly stroke, but it's also partly, I just don't remember what we did. Did we say anything to each other? Mm. And we just, I don't know. We just have been like the worst at showing we love each other and being open. Because I've had a lot of stuff to overcome in the time we've known each other, and he's been patiently waiting. But like, we got rings like years and years into it, and we got like a statue, and then he got mad, he left, and then threw out the statue and a hat and all this other stuff. I'm like, I want this God to know that despite all the crazy stuff we've put each other through, I love him. Despite all the times we fought and everything, I love him. I mean, that I was willing to come around on furs, and Loki now has so many furs, he looks like Liberace, and I go, yes. And Odin has his furs, and life is good. We have the rings, we've had them for a while. I used to wear mine quite a lot, and then I got that weird allergy at the beginning of the year to stuff. I'm just starting to tentatively wear jewelry again now. Um, we have the rings, we will have the axes, we will have a candle. Praise to the gods. I never throw anything away, so we have candles probably older than some of you, but the orange one burned beautifully for Loki, so we're going to have a beautiful black one for Odin, which is going to match the color of his horn back there, which I did not get to pick out. That was the replacement horn that was sent. And, it's time for us to do it. It's time for us to renew the commitment to one another, for him to show that he's not going to go out for sandwich someday and never return. He's supposed to be, notorious for that. And it's, we've been talking about stuff. And we've been talking about how I've had to grow and how I've had to become more trusting and how I don't always have to prove myself to him. He's told me that for years, by the way. And how, women my age were raised to be twice as tough, twice as smart, twice as strong, twice as achieving as all the guys out there. And that's really, really hard. Okay? It's really, really hard, and I need a break. And it took everything in me to finally admit, like, today, there's admitting something, there's admitting it, as Rick pointed out, and Freya's been pointing out. In fact, Freya gave me a dream this morning that I think I finally know what it means. Like, you have to sacrifice something, and what she was like is she's like, it's good to be prepared, it's good to have your axe in your shield and everything, but you have to admit you need him to take care of you. I know that's going to kill you, but you have to admit to this. And I'm like, I can't. And I finally told him today, and I've told him before, but again, there's admitting to something, there's admitting to something. I'm like, yes, I need you to take care of me. I've just felt all women ever, and I'm terrible, but I need you to take care of me, okay? You can't believe how incredibly hard that was for me to admit I need taken care of. I've admitted it to Loki. And I've admitted it to Odin before, but this was like, okay, I'm tired. I can't fight on anymore. I really need you to carry me for a while. I'm never gonna forgive myself for this. That's how I was raised. My father was, half German and not like first generation, so he's a bit, mellowed out, I think, but still, that very stoic family. And my mom was loving, but that very stoic thing of, never showing your emotions and never needing anyone else, and raised me to be independent and tough as nails. So it's really hard for me to admit I need help. And being gender fluid and the guy part, I'm like, I can't accept your help. You should, guys, people of all genders. It's okay to admit you're vulnerable. It's okay to admit you need help. It's okay to ask for help when you need it. So that's part of the renewal ceremony too. The exchanging of the axes is going to be like, he wants me prepared in case something crazy should happen, but he's my first line of defense, and not to forget that. And it's momentous for both of us. Loki and I have had renewals already. We've exchanged gifts, and we've been lazy, and we've both forgotten who gave who what. We can't remember, and there's so many stabby, pointy things in this house that we really don't remember which one was for Loki or which one was for someone else. Really, I don't know. But this way, with two axes, it's going to be clear that these were for Odin, and I'll have video proof if I should forget. But, one for Odin, one for me. It's the ceremonial exchanging of weapons. It's like showing. I can't tell you exactly precisely what the ancient Norse thought of it. There are, articles on it, but it's like saying, here, I have this sharp, pointy thing, but I'm not going to use it against you. Here you go. I'm making myself vulnerable. To me, that's what I'm saying. But I'm also saying, here, I'm arming you. Protect me now. And that's hard for me to do as a woman or any gender at all. It's really hard for me to do, but I think it's an important step to take. I think it's an important step to do that. And then, today we have the rainbow and we have the two squadrons of geese. And I wouldn't have got that if Odin hadn't said, will you please turn around and film for me? And I was going to say, no, I didn't feel like it. But I was like, oh my gosh, this is a god I'm going to renew my vows with in about 32 hours. Yes, I will turn around. And then we got that magical once in a lifetime moment on film. And it's so amazing. Like all the magical stuff I've seen in my life where I didn't have a camera, like it was this one time. Oh god, guys, I wish I could have shown it to you. It was like 80 or 90 lightning strikes. And I was standing, fool that I am, in a atrium in a doctor's office watching this lightning storm. Probably lucky I'm still on with the living. I wish I could have filmed that for you, but I didn't have the ability to do it. But this I got on film. And it was like, photographer thing. If you didn't film it, there's no proof. And, people could say, oh, I bet you photoshopped that in. Believe me, I'm not that talented. That was a real thing today. So it's been amazing. And that first part where I kept saying, I hope I have it on film. I hope I have it on film. I could not see. The sun was like right in my eyes, and I could not see. I was just panning the camera and hoping I had it pointed in the right direction. I was just guessing. So it's definitely Loki and Odin giving an assist. So we just wanted to talk to you, and you can feel free to borrow that and renew with Loki, or it doesn't have to always be a romantic thing. Renew your vows with your gods from time to time. Have that renewal ceremony and say, it doesn't have to be big and elaborate, if you don't want it to be. But Loki's like, I want you to have lots of guests, and he's like sitting himself at the door. Gift. Gift. You better give her a blessing. I'll bite you. And I go, yeah, and I will too. Loki's excited. They're all excited. Obviously, we can't, we decided on this to spur of the moment. And I get everything through shipping, so unfortunately we can't go crazy and have like a bunch of little cakes or something unless I would go to, the gas station and pick something up. But we'll be able to put like slice up a little bit of meat and have cheese on crackers, and I made soup today, so we'll have that. So we'll have plenty of good food, and we do have soda pop in there that Loki's excited about, or we'll make whatever. But it won't be as elaborate as maybe we would have made it at one time, but it'll still be good. So, if you guys want to steal that for Loki, or you want to steal it for another god, and it's not a romantic thing, I don't care if it's just renewing a friendship, that's just as important as renewing anything else, or a teacher-student relationship, or whatever it is, or your relationship's changing and it's becoming something more. Perfect time. No pressure. You don't have to do it if you're not both ready. But it is a perfect time. Samhain is literally the beginning of a new year, is what it is. I know everybody that's all those Halloween movies thinks it has something to do with Silver Shamrock. I got, But, it's literally the beginning of a new year, and what better time than a Halloween and New Year's celebration all rolled into one. And Odin's always loved this time of year with me. I don't care if it's not even enough for other people. He's happy. So, if I go, woo, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.